Sue, Samantha Brown here from Manchester, Vermont. I'm staying at the beautiful Equinox Resort and Spa. Behind me, part of the Appalachian Mountains. Absolutely gorgeous. We're here just at the end of fall foliage season, so perfect time to come. Nice, bring a coat. Got the hot chocolate ready for me. I got your questions. Thank you very much. So we'll start with the first one. You travel to many different parts of the world. Tell us a little about what places have surprised you with great food. I guess the place that really knocked my socks off was Thailand, just being in Bangkok. I loved it, and they were the food carts. And what I loved about food carts is that these were owned by generations of families, 4, 5, 6 generations of families, where they made 1 or 2 different items every single day, and they had done that their entire lives for 5 generations. And so you would wait in line, you would pay like $3 American, and you would get this plate on just like a paper plate, and it was not dressed nicely, it didn't look fancy, but it tasted like the most luxurious meal you've ever had. It just, again, like I said, knocked your socks off. All the flavors were there, and you spent $2. And I love that. I love when I can just be on the street eating street food, being with the locals, and not shelling out 50, 70 bucks per person for a great meal. So that's what I really loved about Bangkok. Number 2, what destination have you not yet been to but would like to visit, and why? Wow, I have not been to so many places. I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions of me, is that I've been everywhere, and I've been to 51 countries, and I've traveled for 15 years, but the world just keeps getting bigger, not smaller. And places I would love to go to, I would love to go to Finland to see the Aurora Borealis. That's my dream. I would love to go to Glaciers National Park in Montana to do a bike ride, things like that. I love being active. I love being in the outdoors. I don't necessarily like sleeping in the outdoors. I still need that nice resort to keep me warm at night, but I love those far-flung destinations that exist even in our own country. Number 3, what undiscovered destination would you recommend? Well, it really has to be Southeast Asia. That is the mecca of food. It is possibly a little expensive to get there, maybe a $1,200 flight, but once you get there, everything is petty cash cheap. You can go to Malaysia and have some of the best food of your life in the island of Penang, where there's not only Muslim influence, but Asian, Chinese, Indian, and it's a confluence of flavors and dishes that, again, for very little money, just change your idea of what food should taste like, especially from a cart or just a little roadside stand. Number 4, what is one of your favorite food travel memories? I have so many. I would say, again, if I may use Asia, I was in Singapore, and I had fish head curry. And I'm not the Andrew Zimmern of the Travel Channel. He has the bizarre food. I like to stick to like the chicken tenders. Well, not that bad, but they a part of the dinner was to for the guest of honor to have the eye of the fish, and this eye was probably this big, and it's the cooked eye of a fish. And everyone's watching me because they know, as probably a Westerner, this is not my most favorite experience that I was going to have. And I put it in my mouth, and I just waited, and I had this large eye in my mouth, and everyone's watching, and it just dissolved, and it tasted like butter, and the flavors of the curry were mixed in, and it was sensational, and I loved it. And I said, well, there's another eye, right? Because don't fish have 2 eyes. But as the guest, you only get the 1 eye. But it's always taught me that, we have a reaction to food, like, oh, we don't eat that, and then you try it, and it's wonderful. So it was one of my best experiences where I really got to try something that I would never try again, but I really enjoyed at the time. Number 5, do you see any trends in culinary travel? I think I see the biggest trend being one that I love, which is to make really great food accessible to the masses. Why do we have to stand in line at a really nice restaurant or not get in because we don't have an expense account to the best chefs? These food trucks that are happening in cities all over the United States, it's such a great way to just have a little bite and really to get a feel of having something special. So I love the idea that I love when food is accessible and still really fabulous at the same time. So I really think that food truck, even though it's a trend, it's here to stay. Thank you.